Alam nyo, ang hirap pag-usapan ng ganitong topic because unang-una, the words are already blurred out. Hindi natin kayang harapin kung ano yung tawag dito at ano yung totoo. Kaya the more that we are having confusion doon sa topic. But let's try to understand ano nga ba yung gallery na ito. At tignan natin kung akma ba yung tema ng gallery sa kung ano yung pinoportray nila. Well, this is Pinoy Extreme. Let's do this.
This is Pinoy Extreme.
Oh, sabi dito sa poster nila, breaking the stereotype that women's appearance and behavior are to blame when they are assaulted. Now, pag sinabi ko ba na mag-ingat ka at mainit yang kawali dyan, baka mapaso ka, at ayaw mong maniwala sa akin, tapos nung hinawakan mo yung kawali, napaso ka, am I blaming you? Another example, nasa construction ka. Sinabi ng security guard, Sir, pakisuot po ng hard hat. Diba? Tsaka yung steel toe boots. Tapos ayaw. Kasi nga, well, my body, my choice. My body, my choice. Di ba? Oh, so, nabitawan yung martilyo nung kasama niya habang nagtatayo sila or ano sila ng beam dun sa sa poste. Di nabukulan siya. Am I blaming the construction worker for telling him na tataas yung tsansang mapahamak ka pag hindi ka nagsuot ng protective gear? So what I am trying to tell here is the basic cause and effect of things. Diba? Ngayon, dahil nga yung modern feminism wants to have their cake and eat it too, they are now trying to discard yung knowledge, lalo na pagdating sa attraction, sa sexuality, sa crime prevention, just so that they could live a life that are free from responsibility. Sabi dito, ito ang suot ko nung araw na yon, t-shirt at pantalon. Naglalakad ako papuntang paaralan para mag-ensayo ng may jeep na pumara sa harap ko. Tinawag ako ng driver. Nung tumingin ako sa kanya, nilabas niya ang kanyang hari. So, actually, this is a very common incident sa public transportation. Sa bus, sa jeep, kahit sa tren, di ba? Kaya nga, hanggang ngayon, sikat pa rin yung meme na, ba't nilalabas mo yung, di ba, sa bus yun? Oh. So, on this part, now, I would agree that this is traumatic, di ba? And, what can we do about it? Diba? Bukod sa emotions na dinala nung traumatic event, mas magandang mag-focus tayo doon sa lesson na pwede nating makuha doon sa traumatic event para may apply natin sa mga sarili natin at hindi na tayo maulit na maging biktima ng mga ganitong pangyayari. On her case, what she what she could have done is remember the plate number, so on and so forth. If she can't, maybe she could find more identifier doon sa suspect, sa jeep niya, so on and so forth. Para, 'di ba? Masampahan ng kaso. Hindi na maging biktima yung ibang tao nung flashing na yon na ginawa niya. Gets? Now, on the second case, child, 17 years old, this is what I was wearing that day, my school uniform. Almost every day, there would be a construction worker calling out to me saying, "Baby, ang ganda mo naman. I changed my route to school even if it's much farther just to avoid that man." Now, that's a wise decision. Overall, 'di ba? Iniwasan niya yung tao. Of course, with the price, mas malayo yung lalakarin niya. Pero anong pwede niyang magawa? 'Di ba? Pwede siyang magsampa or magsumbong sa barangay. But it will take some time to progress the case. 'Di ba? So, in her own little way, ano yung pwede niyang magawa? Change the routes. 'Di ba? Umiwas ka doon sa delikadong daan na may delikadong tao, na may masamang tao, na hindi apektado doon sa pag-call out ni Gabe Pineda at ng ibang mga white knights sa ginagawa niya. 'Di ba? A basic solution, but it's very effective. So sabi dito, alias TR, 24 years old, apartment. This is what I was wearing that day. Long sleeve top, black stockings and skirt, brown boots. It was date grape. December 1994. So, dito sa next kaso, damit ba yung may problema or yung actions or choices ng biktima? Diba? Most likely, yung choices ng biktima, yung mas malaking epekto dito. Kasi kung unang-una, nakipag-date ka sa mataong lugar, diba? The probability of this to happen is going to be lower. Plus, magsama ka pa ng kaibigan mo. 'Di ba? Oh, ipaalam mo sa magulang mo. Oh. So, yung ganitong sitwasyon is hindi lang pananamit yung problema. Unang-una, 'di ba? May iba kang choices na nakakaapekto doon sa posibilidad na maging biktima ka ng krimen. Gets? Okay, itong case na to, finicture ko na to doon sa isa kong video. Yung kay Mimay, 4 months old. 'Di ba? Sa coconut field. Now, ang may problema ba ay yung lampin ng bata? Hindi. Ano yung problema? Sabi dito, it was before midnight when the infant was taken. She was sleeping with her mother inside their homes where only curtains served as the door. The infant was found in a coconut field. A bottle of coconut wine and her diapers were found about a meter away from her. So, sa tingin nyo, kung yung pintuan nila, hindi yung kortina na gaganunin mo na lang, easy access na, makukuha kaya yung bata during the sleep of the mother? Naiintindihan ko, pagod yung nanay. 'Di ba? Nagre-recover pa yung katawan niya. So, mahimbing yung tulog ng nanay. But the problem is the capability of the criminal to execute the crime. Gets nyo ba? Ang hirap kasi sa mga white knights ngayon, they try to konsintihin, tolerate the mindset of the younger generations of which tinatanggal nila yung consequences nung choices nila. Yung pangit na consequences nung choices nila para lang mag-appeal sila doon sa tao or doon sa Gen Z. That's how they are doing it right now. They portray na dapat yung mundo ganito kaganda, ganito ka perfect, so on and so forth. And that's why nililift nila yung responsibility from the individual to actually mind their choices, the effects of their choices. Kaya lumalaki tayong pabobo kasi nga dahil sa mga influencer na puro kabobohan yung tinuturo. Gising Pilipinas. Well, this is Pinoy Extreme. Have a good day.